is a longtime ally of former President Trump. He's also Wisconsin's home senator and serves on the Senate Committee on Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs. Republican Senator from Wisconsin, Ron Johnson, joining me now. Senator, good to see you.
Well, Kira, welcome to Milwaukee and Wisconsin.
Hey, in a way, I'm kind of home. I'm Irish. I have cousins still living in the Milwaukee area and on the outskirts. I used to live just down the road in Green Bay, Wisconsin, one of my first reporting and anchor gigs. So I love the great state of Wisconsin. It's exciting to see. It's a battleground state, and the votes here are very important in this upcoming election. And, you know, so much has happened and changed since over the weekend, Senator, and I want to just get your initial reaction to what we witnessed, this attempted assassination attempt on Donald Trump. The former president is actually crediting the chart that he was referencing at the time of the shooting for saving his life. This was a chart that you actually sent him. Senator, tell me what was going through your mind as this all developed.
Yeah, well, yeah, that was a chart that I gave him on a flight up to the Green Bay rally. And so I'm glad I played that small part in saving his life. But that aside, you know, my first thought once I saw that he was safe was that this is a man who doesn't have to do this. He's got a great life. He knew the vilification. I don't think he could have anticipated the type of weaponization of the agencies against him. He knew he was risking his life. But he did so because he loves his country. And now I am just so pleased that he has announced he's, I don't know what his convention speech was, but he's changed it around, and he's going to call for unity. I appreciate the fact that President Biden did as well. You know, maybe, and this is so often happens in American history, when we experience a tragedy, first of all, we come together. We're not a naturally divided people. We share the same goals. We all love this country. And so if we can take this tragedy and the loss of that 50-year-old father, protecting his family, that's a tragedy. But if we can take that tragedy and turn it into a catalyst to actually unify and heal this nation so we can start fixing some of these massive problems that face our nation, that would be a very good thing. And again, I'm very glad that both President Biden and President Trump are, you know, conveying that that's exactly what they want to do.
And, you know, just to follow up on that, Senator, as you're talking about this theme of unity and that Trump is calling on the nation to unite, saying that he's been given this chance to bring the country together, you know, in light of what just happened, you know, let's talk about unity a little bit more, because there has been a lot of nastiness, as you know, on both sides. And with all due respect, yourself included, you've largely downplayed, you know, lies about the 2020 election. You said that January 6th was not an armed insurrection, despite evidence to the contrary. So talk to me now, in this new moment, in this call for unity, how does this work into the call to just make things civil again?
Well, first of all, I would dispute kind of the assertions you made there, but lay that aside. You know, President Trump just experienced a life-changing event. You know, one thing I've known about him, one thing that his supporters share with him is a fervent love for this country. And so when you have somebody with a life-changing event, narrowly escaped death, telling the American people, I want to be your president, I want to be a president for all Americans, create opportunity for all Americans, and try and unify and heal this nation, take him at his word. You know, a President Trump in a second term won't have to worry about re-election. He can do big things, not having to worry about that. It's very liberating. So again, take him at his word. I know he loves his country. He wants what's best for it. I think most Americans do. It's time that we work together. We have massive problems facing this nation. We have to work together.
And an even more important time for this call for national unity. And J.D. Vance, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and others, they've either explicitly or implicitly blamed the assassination attempt on President Biden, Senator, saying that he has blood on his hands. You continue to call for national unity in this moment, along with the former presidents. What is your response to those lawmakers pushing that notion?
Well, first of all, we will follow President Trump's lead. That's why I'm so glad that he's leading in this respect. You know, I could point to incendiary comments on the other side as well. Let's not do that, okay? In the heat of the moment, people say things, sometimes they regret. You know, again, I do believe people are good. We are a great nation because Americans are good people. We haven't always had the best leaders. We haven't always had the best policies. But Americans are good people. And again, proof of my assertion is in moments of tragedy. Take a look at 9/11. As a nation, we came together just like that. Here's another moment, a tragedy. Not as massive as 9/11, but if you're the family member of that 50-year-old father, it's a tragedy. Let's use that as a catalyst to do something good.
I mean, if things would have gone a different way over the weekend, we would be having an extremely different convention right now.
Well, thank God that it didn't. Again, I think a lot of us view that as just providential. I think the president does. And again, that is what is so life-changing about it. I mean, put yourself in that position. If you just narrowly escaped death, if another fellow American lost his life during that time protecting his family, that would change you. That would be meaningful to you. And if you've been given another chance at life, you'd want to use that for the best possible reason. And I think that's what President Trump truly wants to do.
Let's talk about, we're starting to hear cheers behind us, so I'll keep us honest on the official beginning of the convention here, sir. But while I have you, you've long opposed increased regulation on gun ownership. Do you think this attempted assassination of the president by someone with an AR-15 has changed anything for you, sir?
No, let's face it, it sounds like this rifle was lawfully attained. It's a Second Amendment right. I support the Second Amendment, our constitutional right to bear and hold arms, so keep and bear arms. So, no, this doesn't change anything for me.